That was Cleo. She's my parents' new dog, and that's where I spent Thanksgiving yesterday. So, I actually wasn't going to do a video today. Yesterday was Thanksgiving in the United States, which is a holiday, and I was going to give myself the day off today. Yesterday was also my birthday, and so I'm feeling very old these days. But in thinking about it a little bit, one of the things that bothers me every year when Thanksgiving rolls around is, or any holiday for that matter, is it's a wonderful chance to sit there and reflect on what you have to be thankful for in your life. But at the same time, it's like, why do we need a holiday to remind ourselves to do this? Why can't we be like this all the time? I try to express a lot of my gratitude on here, and I probably don't do a great job of that all the time, but I do want to do a quick video today to say a few things, but mainly to say thanks to you guys. This year on The Art of Photography has been a really amazing year. There's a lot to be excited about. I feel like it's been a really important year in terms of community. I've had several meetups. I've gotten to meet a lot of you in person. I feel like the channel's grown. I feel like the videos that I'm doing are going in a good direction. I feel like the things that we're doing as a community are going really well too. A lot of things with photo assignments and things that we've done. I've traveled a lot for the artist series this year, and I've gotten to meet some of the people in photography that I look up to the very most, and I have you guys to thank for that, because none of this would happen if it weren't for you. I have probably, I think, the greatest job in the world. I love what I do, and it wouldn't be possible if you guys didn't watch. You are what I'm thankful for. So I just wanted to say that. A couple other things. Yesterday was my birthday. Today is someone else's birthday, and I want to give a call out on this because he sent me an email last night wishing me a happy birthday, and I realized his birthday was the day after mine. A wonderful photographer who I've had the chance to work with this year is a gentleman by the name of Alexey Titarenko, and his birthday is today, and I'm going to tell him that I'm going to give him a shout out in this video. So if you guys could take a minute and leave a happy birthday to him below, that would really be cool, and I know it would make his day. So a little bit about Alexey. Alexey is an incredible photographer, born in Russia. He lives in New York now. And he's somebody that I remember, I probably first heard of him and ran across his work, I would say, around 2007 or so. At the time, I was working at the Dallas Museum of Art, and I remember one day, very specifically, I was sitting at my desk and I was researching something, and I came across some of Alexey's work for the first time. And it was these long time-lapse exposure images that were just simply brilliant. And if you guys keep up with the show, you're familiar with this because I've talked about Alexey a lot over the years. And I remember reading about these images and finding out that he was from Russia, and he experienced the fall of the USSR, and he was there when the economy crashed, and there was this sense of despair and poverty that was going on, high crime rates with the Russian people. And this series of images was taken through that and expresses a lot of that. And I remember just being blown out of the water. I mean, this was just, it was the right time, the right place. These images were very representative of that, and it's heavy subject matter, but really amazing work. And the only book I could find at the time was this little paperback, which is just called Alexey Titarenko, and I really didn't know much about him. And this was a while back, and so speed up a few years, I've talked about him on the show over and over again through the years. And last year when we got the artist series funded, I made a list. I literally had to start from zero. I didn't know who I was going to talk about, what we were going to do, you know, who I was going to interview. And Alexey Titarenko was one of the names at the top of that list. And you start, you know, looking for galleries, email addresses, anything you can find. I reached out to his gallery. They responded, forwarded the email to him, and we started talking back and forth via email. And I was just like blown away because like this is like, I just think he's one of the greatest. So we got to know each other a little bit, and we were trying to decide what to do. And he said, well, do you have my new book? And I said, no, I didn't know there was a new book out. And he goes, well, go read my book and then get back with me. We'll talk. Fair enough. So I went and got this book, which is called The City is a Novel, which contains the series City of Shadows, as well as earlier work, as well as newer work. And this is a much superior book, I think, to that one in some ways. This is easy to find. I'll put a link in the show description if you are interested. And so in reading this, I mean, an immense amount of respect and insight into Alexey's life and what he went through in his formative years and where he came from and how he came to be a photographer. And also learned that we both had kind of this musical connection. So when we started talking on the phone to set up the interview, we agreed that that's the slant we would take, is how music impacts his views towards photography. And I think it worked really well. And if for some reason you haven't seen that video, I will post it up here or in the show description. Go check it out. Alexey is absolutely brilliant. And remember, wish him a happy birthday. He is one of my favorite people, and I'm really glad that we have become friends. I saw Alexey and some friends and family when I was in New York a few months ago doing the job for Canon, and we went to dinner, and it was really fun. So anyway, happy birthday, Alexey, and you guys wish him a happy one. I think he'll dig it. I have something else I want to share with you guys today as well. And as I mentioned, yesterday was my birthday, and this is something that my parents gave me, which is a book that I want to talk about. We're going to go outside of photography just a little bit. This is a book that was done by a very dear friend of our family who was an artist. And we've talked a lot about sketchbooks on the show lately. Leading up into photo assignments, which next week we're going to get further into. And I'm going to do a Facebook Live Q&A at some point, so I'll keep you guys posted on when that's going to be. I'll announce all that next week as we get into this. But I want to share this with you guys today because I think this is important, and I think it will be meaningful to you guys with the work that we've been doing with sketchbooks, because sketchbooks are not really a conventional thing that photographers generally do. I mean, there have been a lot of photographers through history who have done them, but you don't see everyone doing them. So it's a little bit of a stretch, and the work that I've seen people submit so far, and we haven't any formal submissions, just people tweeting me, has been really impressive, and I'm really excited about the direction this is going in. But I want to share this book with you. So this is an artist by the name of Jack Unruh, who was a very dear friend of my father's. They used to have studio space together when I was growing up, and Jack was a very good friend of the family. And unfortunately, and I don't want to get too dark on this, but earlier this year, Jack was diagnosed with cancer, and it only took a few months. And when his memorial service came around, my father was out of town on business, and he couldn't speak, and they asked me to do a little speaking on my father's behalf. And it was a really special, meaningful, and sad thing all at once. But one of the things that several friends of Jack had started to work on was this, and they actually published. It's a reproduction of two sketchbooks that Jack kept. He enjoyed hunting and fishing, and this book is called Fish and Other Stories as My Pen Remembers Them. Jack was fabulous, an amazing artist, and this is a reproduction, essentially, of two of those sketchbooks, as well as some of his major works as well. And so this is all pen and ink. Well, the sketchbook is mostly pencil, as you can see here, and then the drawings are pen and ink. And Jack had two distinctive styles that he worked in, one of them being, years ago, I helped Jack build his website, and we called the sections, is it real, or what is real and what's not real. And so some of his stuff is very caricature in nature and kind of whimsical and actually kind of funny at times. And the other side of the work that he did was very serious and a lot of wildlife stuff. Extremely successful commercially, working for all kinds of major companies doing illustrations. But you know, there's a ton of text in this book. It's not all illustration. Jack had this wonderful way of changing his handwriting up depending on what he was trying to do. There's just little drawings of, elements of fly fishing in here. At one point you see actually leaves and sticks and stuff that are pasted in. There's photographs in here. It's just ideas. And that's the reason I'm sharing this with you guys, is because essentially, a sketchbook or a journal, in an art sense, is going to fulfill the role of capturing ideas and understanding a creative process. And I think that's really important. And Jack didn't work on these, 24/7. He would do them occasionally. I'll link up to this book below. You can get it. It's in a very short run, but it's just absolutely beautiful. It's amazing. They did a wonderful job putting this together. And this is such a special thing that I got for my birthday because it shows Jack's creative process, and it shows how he approached creative thinking. And that is what you want to get out of a sketchbook. And that's why I wanted to share this with you guys today. And it's a little ode to my dear friend Jack Unruh, who passed away this year. Anyway, this is a really special thing, and I just wanted to share that with you guys as well. So super quick video today, but I wanted to share just a few things that I'm very thankful for this week. And as I mentioned earlier, this has been an amazing year, and it wouldn't have been any of that without you guys. And I just want to express my appreciation. It's been a lot of fun. There's been a lot of possibilities, and I think as a community, the show has gotten a lot tighter as well. I've gotten to meet a lot of you guys this year in the meetups that we've done. I've gotten to meet a lot of really amazing artists that I've been able to share with you guys. And just to give you a little preview on that, if you're not familiar with the artist series, this was a crowdfunding thing that we did at the end of the year last year, about a year ago. And the idea was to fund one, maybe two videos of well-known artists. These were going to be documentaries, not me in them or anything, just little portraits on the best of the best. And I wanted to do one or maybe two of these, and it was wildly successful. And I decided that we would take all the extra funding that we had and I would put everything into that. And so I filmed 9 artists this year. The first 3 have been released, and I will link those up in here in the show description so you guys can check that out. And I have 6 more. They're taking a little longer than I thought. The editing process, I'm very meticulous with the music that goes with it and all of the post-production stuff. And so I'm hoping that I will have 3 before the end of the year. And then early January or so, I'll have the remaining 3. It's just been a process to get to those, but I'm super excited about it. I'm really anxious to share that with you guys. And like I said, this has been an amazing year. I have a rewind episode that I'm going to do in the next couple weeks as well, kind of going through all the awesome stuff that's happened and what you guys have made possible and been a part of. I think it's really quite amazing. And some new stuff coming up next week too. As I mentioned, I'm going to do a Facebook Live, and it'll be a Q&A for photo assignments. And we're going to start introducing the social components to this. I'm not going to say still what that's going to be. So still assignment 1, if you're working on your notebooks, whatever, keep that going. And I'll have some more info for you guys on that next week as well. So anyway, as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to like it, share it, and subscribe to The Art of Photography so you'll always be up to date on all the latest and greatest stuff we do here. Until the next video, I'll see you guys then. Later.